ठीक है इसके शायद ये जो Kashmiri teas. That's one tea there and that's my paratha.
Let's find out. We've just been stopped by the police. We're driving into the sunrise this morning. We're going to a village to collect my mum, her khala's village, so you'll be joining us on this journey.
Yay, we're gonna see the mother-in-law, the famous mother-in-law. So the sun has risen, as you can see. We are heading towards Sadr Rawalpindi in just about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes.
Where are we now? Pindi.
This is Pindi, Sadr just right ahead. This is the coach stop. All the coaches stop here, and then they go everywhere else in the country.
We need to catch a coach, don't we?
Yeah, and a train.
Yeah.
Lahore, see you soon. Welcome to Sadr. This is our beginning part of Sadr on our side. So we're just gonna travel through busy Sadr. The thing with Pindi, Rawalpindi and Sadr in particular is it's busy all day. So right now they're starting with the school rush, work rush, and then throughout the day it's just gonna be busy, and it's already busy now. It's busy. 5 lanes of cars, even though it's 4 lanes, and then we've got 3 lanes over there just behind the barrier there, and then another lane right at the end. And then scroll this. And what time is it? Like not even 7 AM. Not even 7 AM, and look at this. People going everywhere. Work, college, school. There's a tractor there. Look at the tractor. So you got all these cars and then you got a tractor. It's a nice variety.
Nice variety.
Variety of vehicles here, isn't it?
Yeah. And
What's
nursery.
that? Then you got police here somewhere.
Ambulance.
The ambulance, yeah, it's ambulance here.
Cadbury, look at Cadbury advertising.
Boycott Cadbury. Yep, Cadbury's gone on a crazy advertising spend in Pakistan at the moment. It seems like they've given a massive budget.
Oh my goodness.
What have we done?
What is going on here?
No idea.
Let's find out. We've just been stopped by the police.
Assalamu alaikum.
कैसे हैं आप? ठीक है। लाइसेंस अपना दो। ये पेपर आपके ग्लास tinted है सारे। नहीं लगे हुए हैं। ये आगे भी लगा हुआ है। ये भी लगा है। इधर से उतारे ना लगा हुआ है। ये
Just tell him it's a rented car.
Yeah, but still, they still tell you to take it off.
tinted ग्लास अलाउड नहीं है जी।
ये किराए का गाड़ी है।
फरहान अहमद
जी।
Tell him again, Farhan.
ये किराए का गाड़ी है ये।
पूरी गाड़ी पे अलाउड नहीं है। आखिरी 3 पॉइंट पड़े। इसको छोड़ें। आखिरी 3 पॉइंट पड़े।
ठीक है। इसको उतार देंगे। बहुत ज़्यादा तो
क्या देखो गड्डी उठाओ देखो हटा मिनट मार
अभी ठीक हो गया
ठीक हो गया साइडों पे भी उतारे
साइड
49
49
2523
2523
04 62 39 82 1000.
How much was your price?
It's a 1,000 rupees. I'm going to deduct it from the car. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault. Absolutely. Good job he's got the dash cam on. You can hear everything. I wonder if they're going to stop that car at the back. I want to work here now.
So we have to wait for the traffic lights to go red and then we can go.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, was it when a few days ago we were stopped in Islamabad? Farhan had parked somewhere. Farhan had parked somewhere. Was it supposed to park? Yeah, look, he's missed up. Oh no, he let that vehicle go. He let that vehicle go.
Yeah,
They got tints. If that bus go, they got tints. So why were you targeted?
It's actually
Because you look British. You don't look British. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, so we parked in the wrong place in Islamabad, and the parking dude was like, "You're gonna be fined." And another guy was stood next to him, and he said, "Oh, you know, if you just give him 1,000 rupees, otherwise he's gonna fine you 2,000, and he'll let you off." Farhan was like, "Yeah," and then he was like, the fine guy was like, "Where are you from?" Farhan was like, "Wakand," and he was like, "Where are you actually from?" So Farhan was like, "Wakand," and then he said, yeah, so he was just taking ages, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna take your driver's license, and then you're gonna have to go and get it from somewhere." And he was just talking, like he was trying to make it sound like it's gonna be really hard. So we had an idea of what's going on there. He just wanted us to pay him so that we don't pay the fine. But we were just like, yeah, we went along with it, and then he just gave us a warning anyway. So it's very likely that the reason why he gave the warning was because then he thought, oh, we'll just, you know, be really happy with him and we'll give him some money. He was really happy with himself, but he was like, "I'm just giving you a warning this time, I'm letting you off." And we were like, "Yeah, thank you," and we walked off.
yeah,
Because we're not about bribes, are we?
exactly.
Yeah, so anyway, so I just need to add to the previous story. So yeah, there's an app here called Easy Pesa where you can make payments. You can pay bills on there as well, can't you?
Everything.
You can pay bills. If you've got any fines, like Farhan just got a fine now, and he paid using that Easy Pesa account, and you can, you know, transfer money to people, whatever. And so when we were about to get the fine the other day, Farhan is saying to the guy, "Okay, yeah, I'll just make the payment now," and he was like, "You can't just make it now. First I need to do this, then I need to jama it, like I need to submit it, and then," so he's just making out as though it's going to be really difficult. You can't pay it right now because he just wanted to pay out there and then, because it was an area where I can imagine a lot of people would just be like, "Yeah, I don't want the hassle of having to go somewhere and collect my driver's license or whatever." No. So if you're going to get fined on the road, normally you should be able to pay using that Easy Pesa app. You should be able to pay there and then. So yeah, it's a good job you didn't fall for that, Farhan.
Yeah, I knew. If you're living here long enough, just imagine somebody is traveling to the UK in 5 days. He's just gonna pay the police officer and be like, "Yeah, I've done a wicked thing, I've got away with it now." When really I was willing to pay for the fine. He just didn't give me the fine, so he passed me my driving license back, so I just walked off. And then it was funny because he had a guy with him who was like whispering, "Oh, you know, if you give him 1,000 rupees, he'll just let you off."
Yeah.
Who was that guy?
He was like, my car got locked in because I parked in the wrong place just the other day, and I just gave him 1,000 and he let me off. So like, why have you come back now to chill with him? You're gonna have lunch with him now?
Yeah, what was he?
Why were you there? So yeah, don't be gullible, guys, and don't pay bribes. So we've had a slight detour because
Myra recommends this paratha place here.
Because Farhan said, you remember you came to paratha here? I was like, yes I do, I've been thinking about it.
Right
and now
here.
here we are. Oh, I want Duba to come.
Yeah, maybe she might just come running. You never know, honestly. Running in the car?
Yeah, I'll eat in the car. I want Malai. Oh, I'll tell him.
Yeah, you
Is
just
that
tell
is
him.
that Geiger Mall?
No, that's next to, yeah. I mean, they've got a bridge connecting that to Giga Mall. That whole building there. It's a new building. I think it's still getting completed.
What are you
Looks
gonna have by the way?
amazing.
You're not having a Malai Shahid paratha, are you?
Yeah, I'll just copy his. Was that the best thing?
I don't know, I only had, that's the only thing I had and I loved it.
And should we get chai as well? 2 chai?
How are you gonna have chai in the car?
Bye. Kaise? Assalamu alaikum. What did you have?
Malai
Malai?
Shahid paratha.
Malai Shahid paratha. Huh? मिल जाएगा
ये शाद पराठा
जी
मिक्स कर दो अलग अलग अलग
Mix.
मिक्स दो चाहिए
2 पराठे
जी
और मलाई भी डाल दो एक मलाई सिर्फ मलाई वाला भी है और सिर्फ शाद वाला भी है
दोनों मिक्स दोनों मिक्स
2 पराठे लगा
जी और 2 चाहिए
इधर का नाम पार्सल है
इधर रखा है
We'll just, okay, yeah, cool.
कौन सा चाय दे देंगे बाप को
चाय
जी
सादा चाय भी है स्पेशल चाय भी है दूध पत्ती चाय भी है कश्मीरी चाय भी है
स्पेशल चाय क्या है
स्पेशल चाय
वो क्या है
वो सिर्फ दूध है
सिर्फ दूध है
थोड़ा पानी डाला है
ठीक है he's not there. Should we get a pink tea?
He's laughing at his own menu, so
Yeah.
we don't recommend that.
Yeah, should we get pink tea?
Yeah.
Or do
Ask
you
him
want
if it's good. Is it, what if they make it with the tea bag? Just ask him.
वो जो कश्मीरी चाय के
कैमरा किस इसका
ये कैमरा है ना
Vlog है, vlog.
व्लॉग बना रहे हैं ना आप व्लॉगर बनने चाहिए ये देखो आप भी व्लॉगर बन रहे हो ठीक है इसके चाय ये जो कश्मीरी चाय है वो कैसे बनाते हो
कश्मीरी चाय
जी
उसमें मलाई भी डाला है चॉकलेट भी डाला है
नहीं कश्मीरी चाय चॉकलेट में नहीं होता
डाला है
चॉकलेट
हाँ, what's going on there?
इधर एक स्वेट चिप्स का ना
दो दूध पत्ती चाहिए फिर
दूध पत्ती चाय और 2 पराठे
जी बहुत शुक्रिया भाईजान कैसे भाई
कैमरा भी दे
एक कैमरा है
Nobody ever hides you when it's your camera.
ठीक है
I love
भाई
it.
शुक्रिया the way he keeps giggling he's like
So funny, isn't he?
what happened he goes
You said, what's a special tea? And he said, it's milk and a little, it's just milk,
milk
with a
and
bit
water and then goes
he
this is DHA2 this part is still massively underdeveloped and you might see that those massive towers apartment towers that are not completed yet actually can't see it
going to pick my mum up from
you
the
can't see
village.
him
And I'm really missing you.
Myra's trying to entice Dr. Tuba to come and join her. So we got the parathas. Myra's been bigging these parathas up all year.
Yeah, like that.
Here's your tea.
Where am I going to put it?
I don't know. It looked like a plate the way he was holding it. Should we put one over there?
Yes, please.
That's yours. Jazakallah khair, bhaijan. Bahut shukriya. Only teas. That's one tea there, and that's my paratha.
From underneath as well.
Ah, the plate's greasy from under. Oh, tea's nice.
Yeah, the tea was really nice. I forgot
Tea's
to tell you
good,
that
man.
bit.
Tea's
I just
good.
love sweet stuff. I love honey. So that's what
Yeah.
I've been.
So you
I
got
think you
the
should put
mix.
your tea. Should I hold your tea for you?
Yeah,
eat
you
your
hold my
paratha,
tea.
And then I'll have mine.
Yeah, and then you eat yours. We'll take our turn because it's cold out there, and we're not going to sit on the table. And this paratha is. Bismillah.
Did you put honey in it?
Mhm.
Tuba had it mixed. I did have it separately last time. He's back.
It's back tissues. बहुत शुक्रिया भाईजान. No, I just ran off. So we're just leaving Quetta Chais. Mashallah, that was amazing breakfast. It's really dark in the camera. I think I need to adjust the settings or something. But yeah, it was amazing breakfast, and brother was asking me about my channel, and I shared the channel to him. I don't even know the way out, I'm going to be honest with you. Things look familiar then not familiar at the same time. I'm sure it's this way. Right next to Gigamore. So yeah, I shared the channel with him and I said I'm going to put your picture up, and he was smiling and smiling, and I said can I do another interview with you? He's like, no. He's getting all like shy. He goes, you've done one already. I go, that's fine, that's good enough then. I've come the wrong way. Should we just go in a big massive circle or something?
Yeah, let's go in a big
Actually,
massive
where does that
circle.
go? Where does that
No, that
go?
goes out.
Yeah, maybe that goes out. Let's find out.
Alright, so we were in here, right?
Yeah, we were right here. We were right there. And that's that building. So yeah. So when people talk about, we'll just do a little quick chat about professional beggars
Can I hold the
and
camera for you?
professional beggars and organised gangs. What are you saying?
Oh, so do you want to take your coat off because it's going to get hot now?
I don't want to take nothing off. How about that?
He's looking here.
Yeah, this is wicked. This is like an outside.
Let me just... This is outside.
Yeah, let me take my coat off. Right. Look how busy.
Rahan's just parked up here.
In the middle of the road. There's the highway. There's the entrance.
I've got this horrible... Do you know, Farhan, I've got this horrible stereotype now. You know, because people always say, oh, on the motorbike, somebody was on a motorbike and they robbed somebody. Now, you know, when we're somewhere random, especially in Pindi, I feel like a little bit afraid of the cyclists, motorbike guys, and it's not good, is it?
It's not good.
It's really not good.
Because look, we were on GT Road yesterday, really busy.
Racist.
It was dark and busy. And there's girls just walking around.
Oh yeah,
Together.
Even today, this morning, we were driving through Pindi, and there was just women like stood on their own, and it was really quiet. There was hardly anybody there. You know, if it was that unsafe, nobody would just be standing around like that waiting for public transport when it's, you know, when it's kind of dark in the morning.
And those girls that I'm talking about, one of them, you can see her phone while she was walking, just flapping
she
about.
was walking around with the phone. I even said yesterday, didn't I? There was a guy who was all like really like wearing really nice clothes. He looked, you know, a little bit well off, mashallah. And I was like, what's he doing here? Does he want to get his phone stolen? And then a girl walked past her. She was holding her phone in her hand. Very easy to spot from the road.
Yeah.
And there was lots of motorbike people and everybody just driving past.
Yeah. So
Anyway, yeah.
let's go back to organised gangs and professional beggars. They operate throughout Pakistan, and I've noticed they all use the same type of words and scenarios. You know, some come with, you'll see a father and a daughter, you'll see a mother with a baby, you'll see kids without shoes on, you'll see a man walking around with walking sticks and stuff like that. So a lot of these are part of organised gangs and are professional beggars, and they make a lot of money. And we're not taking away the fact that there's a lot of poverty in Pakistan. We're not taking away from that at all. Let me just tell you a scenario. So when I go to these roadside garbas, which people from the West will not really tolerate because the cleanliness isn't there. But I've been with the workers, you know, like once I was with a plumber and I said to him, take me to a breakfast place that you eat at. He goes, yeah, we'll go over, sit in the car. And I was thinking, why is he saying sit in the car? I could over sit there. So when I went there, obviously the table was dirty, the floor was dirty and stuff like that. But these are the places where you get the tastiest foods, right? So I saw the waiter. The waiter was only about 14 years old. And I seen his salwar kameez, his clothes were ripped and they were stitched back together. And I said to the plumber, because he knew him because he's a regular there, oh, well, what's going on here? Why is he stitching his clothes back together? He goes, he's from a very poor family and his dad sends him out to work here in this restaurant. I go, what's his wages then? He goes, 500 rupees a day, which is even lower than the going 1,000 rupees a day. So 1,000 rupees is about £3 and 500 rupees is about £1.50. So you're not really going to pay your bills and cover schooling fees and medical bills on those type of wages. We all know that, right? His father had a choice of sending his kid to beg or sending him to work on a very small wage. His father chose to send him to work on a very small wage. So if you want to give money, Go. You don't have to eat from there. Go to these Quetta chai places like where we've been, and these backstreet dhabas that foreigners and middle class and the elite will never touch. Go in there, just give salam to people, and whilst you give you salam, just slip them money. Just put money in your hand, give it to them, and they'll take it. They'll happily take it because they are in need of money, but they will never beg and they'll never show it. You'll see that their clothes are worn out. They're not the best of the clothes. They look tired. They're doing 12-hour shifts a day. You know, they're traveling every morning from the village. So a lot of them do get accommodation on top of the restaurant nearby, but it's a cramped room with all the other stuff as well. So do give them the money as much as you want. Give them whatever you want, but just watch out for the kids. The kids will like the plumber I went with. I said, look, do people give him money? He said, yeah, people do give him money, but once he got quite a lot of money and he bought a phone with it, and his dad beat him up. I go, I would beat him up because why is he getting a phone? I know you want a phone because you're a kid, but your dad could have paid so much debts off with that. Just imagine how much debt he's got with the local shops. Bless him. But yeah, it happens, innit? They do have needs and they do have wants, but that's how you know that they're not part of a organised gang or they're not professional beggars, because of stories like that, or what happens at home. Because professional beggars and organised gangs, organised gangs have a target, so each beggar has to bring a certain amount back each day. I'll tell you now, both of these organised gangs and professional beggars make a lot more than 1,000 rupees a day. They can make 1,000 rupees in 1 hour. So these guys, you know, they make a lot of money, so they don't have an issue with buying a phone or paying bills or paying rent. You know what I mean? I always look for the people that are always missed out in the backstreet dhabas, in the hidden away shops, where they're grafting. They're not looking at you and thinking, you know what, dollar signs, pound signs, euro signs. They're not looking at you like that because they're not professional beggars. They don't see what a professional beggar can see, and they're not part of an organised gang, because an organised gang will train them up and tell them what to look out for and tell them what to say and go about it, right? So these are the people you go, the hidden, the unrecognised poor people, the actual poor people. That's where you slip the money in your hand and say, here you go, and then run off.
And when you start doing that, you'll notice a big difference. So, you know, when you give to a professional beggar or a child that's pestering you, or you know, a woman with a baby or anybody, so all these different, there's a whole variation. And once you start doing what we've just said, like slipping money for people who, you know, who actually, I want to say deserve it, you'll notice a big difference. So we just gave some money to this waiter, and he froze. He just froze and he stared, and he didn't know what to do because he was shocked. He wasn't expecting that. It's not like we gave him loads, but he just, you know, it was more than a tip, a lot more than a tip. So when you give to a professional beggar, they're just happy and they're gone because they feel like, yes, I got him, and then they go off. And you'll notice a huge difference in when you give to somebody that actually needs it, and when you're just a number to somebody, when you're just a sale to somebody.
This is Rawat, by the way, guys. Busy Rawat. Myra, do you remember that incident about 6-7 years ago when we were coming out of Centaurus and it rained? It just had rained quite heavy.
Yeah, we've told that story before, I think.
Let's just repeat it one more time.
Okay.
So it rained heavy. We were on holiday here. We weren't too clued up about the professional beggars and the organised gangs. A kid came with no shoes on.
To me.
To you.
Yeah.
And
he was crying.
Yeah.
He was pretending to cry, but I thought he was actually crying, and he was pretending to shiver, so his teeth were, chattering. And he was like, "I've got no shoes. I'm really cold. And I just felt awful because I've just come out of Centaurus. It's a really, it's expensive to shop in Centaurus, and I felt really guilty, and I just gave him money. And Farhan was like, he's just doing that. He's not going to buy shoes.
That's a whole act.
Yeah, it's a whole act. And I thought, no, Farhan's just heartless. He's a man. He's not a woman. He just have a motherly heart, a nurturing heart. And anyway, we got in the car. We're driving past, and that guy, it was still raining. He still didn't have any shoes, but he stood in the corner, and he's really happy, and he's counting his money.
And he's playing in the water.
He's sliding on the water.
He's sliding on the water.
Yeah.
And the other brothers or sisters or all the kid beggars that were with him, they were all playing as well. They got distracted for like 2 minutes,
Yeah,
and
bless
we
them.
just caught them out.
And we're not saying for a second even that this is, that we're not blaming the children, because I still feel really sad that the children are having to live this kind of life. But the thing is, when we're giving children this money, it's not improving their life. And
What-
that's what it boils down to.
What I noticed that people do in Walkend especially, when they see kids begging, they won't give them money, they'll buy an ice cream for him, they'll give him some fries, some chips, some food, stuff like that, and then they'll just walk off.
But even then, if you notice, and the kids are, so they're still begging, they're still in the habit of begging. If we stop giving to these people, they'll stop begging. They'll have to be forced to go and be a maid somewhere, or work as a cook somewhere. They'll be forced to learn a skill. So just like that boy is doing waitering. Yesterday, when we picked up this car, we saw a little boy. He's working in a garage, and I saw them hand him over a few hundred rupees. It was probably like 300 or 400 rupees. So people, there's ways for people to learn to work, and they will get a little bit of money. Girls can go to these salons. The salons always need help. They'll take people in, they'll train them up, they'll pay them. There's just so many opportunities that they don't have to beg. They just don't have to beg.
Just because somebody's begging doesn't mean they're poor. Is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're poor. Because I've seen very, very poor people that have never begged once.
Yeah.
I'll go to like I said, I'll go to these small local restaurants and chai places. Never once have they begged.
Yeah.
But when you ask what their wages are, and then you try to add things up and think, wait a minute,
How are you surviving?
Yeah, you're doing 8 to 12 hours per day, 6 days a week. You're earning nothing, but you're still happy. So
Yeah.
you just you have to. And the thing is, the regulars will order from there. They'll eat, they'll have their tea, they'll give them salam and say thank you, and they'll walk off. It's not like they're gonna be tipping them every day. But when it comes to Eid and stuff like that, yeah, fair enough, they will give them money, they will give them food rations. But throughout the year, they might not get much. People don't really tip in a local dhaba. That's more like a restaurant and a cafe tipping culture.
Yeah.
So that's why these people, like this person now, he's on this, he's pushing all that stuff on the horse, right? He's gonna be poor, but he's not begging. Some people can make money and still look poor. I know there's a lot of communities of Afghanis that live around Pakistan, and they have hundreds of animals, mashallah. They actually are making good money, and they have very simple lifestyles, and they don't beg. But I'm just saying, you have to look into it at a higher, deeper level, rather than just looking and saying, poverty in Pakistan. Because look, these organized gangs are working so well that people's perception of Pakistan is based on what they're doing. So I had somebody message me the other day and say, Pakistan, there's a lot of poverty. And I said, what makes you think that? He said, once I visited and I was at a traffic light, and there was a kid begging and he had no shoes on. Kid begging and he had no shoes on. That's an organized gang. They've told him to be there. They've taken his shoes off him, and he's going to bring back a lot of money because he's got no shoes on.
So even with that child that I saw with at Centaurus, if I'd gone back into Centaurus because I felt so guilty and I bought him a beautiful pair of shoes, he won't be wearing them.
They'll take it off him.
Yeah, he won't be wearing them because he needs to be without shoes
To make the most money.
he can make the most money. Also, so when you really when you go around here and you've lived here and you're really clued up, we've become quite passionate about this topic really, because we feel like people who actually deserve the money should get it.
Yeah.
The people who are actually struggling should get it, and we shouldn't be supporting people who are tricking people like this. It feels similar to bribing. I see this begging and bribing, the bribery culture here, as as the same.
Jazakallah for watching. The next part of this long journey to Kashmir will include Myra driving over Dangali Bridge, and we end up getting lost in Azad Kashmir, and then finally get into a beautiful village called Jarai. See you then. Assalamu alaikum.